Travis Wayne Goodsell. I've got 40 minutes, so we'll see if I can finish a video. It has come to my attention, thanks to YouTube's analytics, that the one category of people who do not watch my videos, they shun them altogether, not even curious, are those women between the ages of 35 to 44. And so I've been thinking about that, trying to remember. Do you remember those women back when I used to associate with those women from that age category when they were younger? And it would be the age category of when I was first divorced in 1998. Took her a whole year, because in Canada you have to wait a year. She didn't want to stay here in Utah to get it, because then we'd have to go to counseling therapy. No, she didn't want any part of that. But anyway, and so as I'm then 28, that would put those who are right before their teen missions. Up until their missions. It was 21 still back in those days, not 19 like it is now. And so those who have graduated, which could be 17-year-olds, all the way up to about 23-ish. That's where the range falls. And so this is the rising generation of Mormon women. And what I remember, as my stake president kicked me out of the family ward to go get myself a woman and quit being a menace to society, it's not my fault. That's what all menaces to society say. And was thrust into the younger singles ward and attended Institute as well as part of the younger singles ward activities. There was one class, and I don't know which Institute class it was, but it was a discussion of morality, spirituality, as Mormons call it, and I had spiritual feeling come over me to share how temples are symbolic of our human bodies, and trying to point out that I went to the temple every day. See, Mormons? You should be wondering why. Why is Travis anti-Korahor, evil apostate, when he went to the temple every day? I never went to the temple every day. I even tried to justify not going to the temple every day. See, I'm better than you. Metallica says it too. But I noticed that the grounds had a disease in the grass, and so I pointed that out, that the outward appearance of our bodies may have flaws in them, like the temple has right now, But inside and I was cut off. I wasn't able to get to the point of what I was trying to make as pertaining to the lesson. This little girl got furious and said, "I know the groundskeeper. She's a good woman," and blah, 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 blah. Why are you distracting from the class? You've just destroyed the spirit. Spirit ran away screaming. If you understand the truth, you will understand how that's a joke. And if I explain it to you, then it's no longer a joke. And yeah, that began the culture of rising up, defending a position of futility. Futility? Futility. And that was like, what the hell, girl? Did your parents teach you how to respect this way? Because it became a cultural thing across America. Which then, of course, now leads to the Karen movement, which hopefully is going away. So that was one aspect of that generation of Mormon women. And so that could explain why they're shunning my videos. They're cancel culturing me. And another aspect that I witnessed attending the singles ward was that I was already shunned anyway. And I couldn't understand why. Why were they dismissive of me? They were mean girls, literally, towards me, not towards their other peers of their age. And if you don't understand Utah, in the 2000s, there was a phase where the 10-year younger girls were marrying 10-year older guys. So it's not uncommon for that range to hook up. I mean, Elder Eyring did it. His wife is 8 years younger. And I met their daughter at one of his speeches in the tabernacle. And, but anyway, another story. One time I found out why. It's because I was divorced. I was told by one of the girls who were brave enough to tell me the truth to stick to my own kind. This is another ideology of that generation of Mormon girls, Mormon women. The belief that if you're divorced, you're not good enough for the pure. And yet they were still teaching in Relief Society about chewed gum. That women don't want to be chewed gum because you have to get a whole new stick. And once you're chewed forever. They're referring to sex. And it was the most horrifying thing that ever could be taught to women, especially victims of rape, which is common here in Utah. And so there's another reason they're exceedingly judgmental. So that's what cancel culture is. It's a judgmental culture. We accuse you, therefore we're telling the truth. We must be believed. You must be destroyed by simple accusation alone. And this is what Cuomo is facing. If you're not paying attention, he's saying, if there's a legitimate accusation, let it play out in the courts. Let them present the evidence. I deny the evidence. I deny the claims. I'm not going to quit. And yet, women are outraged. I wonder which generation of women. Yep. It's the cancel culture generation. It's the judgmental generation. It's the I know better than you because I feel it is true. Sound familiar, Mormons? I feel it is true, therefore I don't need to use science to know the truth. Because feeling is knowing. And so, yeah, that explains why this generation is missing on my views for my videos. And it's sad but scary that now that they're older, that they've been empowered somehow. Somebody made the mistake in their training, and then when they first became adults, they were given power to accuse and not be held accountable for false accusations. See, that's what's dangerous, is that if the accusations against Cuomo are false, he has recourse to sue them, and he has the power and the legal wherewithal to countersue. But those of us in positions of poverty, no. We get ruined with cancel culture. And other people who don't come from a position of strength, who are caught off guard and are instantly abandoned by society, by their family, by their friends, by their work, before evidence can be presented, destroyed. In fact, the church has learned this. I wonder who taught it to these generation of women. Because you can't sue the church in Utah. Can't be done. They don't let you present evidence. The defense counsel throws in their patent pending. The accusations are false. We demand that this case be canceled, dismissed with prejudice. And the judges, being Mormon, okay, case closed, permanently. Victims never see justice. Only until and unless they can get a lawyer from outside of Utah to come inside and have damaging evidence of a serious nature, of which the church then that just settles out of court and the whole thing is silenced. But in the case of the Boy Scouts, that got out of hand, and they could no longer handle the lawsuit settlements. Bye-bye, Boy Scouts. Have fun. Yeah, well, I hope Arizona gets them. And so, cancel culture generation. And they're trying to cancel culture anybody who doesn't join from the other generations before and in front of, or yeah, in front of and behind. So you better watch out. You better scream and shout. I'm telling you why. You know, beware the Mormon women from 35 to 44. Should we call them Karen Mormons? Because Molly Mormon is more of nobody really does Molly Mormon anymore. What happened to the Molly Mormon generation? They're watching. They ended with mine, but they were more the generation between my parents and myself. Yep. They're the ones that do a lot of watching of my videos. They listen.